Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Joel.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Lauren. I'm Megan. I'm Tracy.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everybody. We're having a little problem with our mulch on our sweet corn. I mean, it's like a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is most of it held up to the high winds that we had over spring so far. The bad news, it didn't break down like we thought it would, so we have to use alternative methods. So this is gonna be the method, utility knife on a stick. Now this isn't obviously the ideal circumstances, but it's something we're just gonna have to deal with. We would have preferred for it to break out on its own. However, we have to do this or we're gonna have problems with the sweet corn. So the plan of action is gonna take this and we're just gonna go atop the mulch and tear it open just like that. And then the sweet corn should be able to pop out. I just wanna show you how large the sweet corn is. See, it's getting to the point where it's starting to push on it and we don't really want that. So that's why we gotta come through and help this mulch break down. We just went through and sliced all of the mulch. Now I'm going through with a stick and I'm just moving the mulch off of the corn. As the corn grows, it probably would push out on its own. However, because the corn is already so tall, I'm just going through and helping it a little bit. To be completely honest with you, this mulch probably should have came off about a week, 2 weeks ago, but we've been dealing with such cold temperatures here in Northeast Pennsylvania that we were worried how it was gonna affect the corn. And as you can see, the corn has really nice size to it. It's obvious that it was hindered a little bit by the mulch being over the top, but this corn is gonna stand right up. It does look a little funky, but it'll grow right out of this. We just got finished opening everything up. You look down through the rows, you can see the wet spots. That was under the mulch. And that just goes to show you how well this mulch does, even though it doesn't get water on top. That greenhouse effect that this mulch gives off really allows moisture to stay under there. And as you can see, the corn looks really good. Knee high by the 18th of May. I'll take it.
That's impressive. I didn't know it was knee high.
So it is crazy busy at the farm market right now. There was about 20 cars in the parking lot, and my dad was taking vegetable plants up to the farm market, and he looked at me and he said, Andrew, you have to water. So that's what I started doing. The high today is gonna be about 75 degrees. Inside the greenhouse, it's about 85, 90. So this stuff really needed to be watered. This is one of those jobs that just takes up a huge chunk of the day when you're doing it, but it is very, very important. And this job really only lasts for a little bit because we're gonna have everything planted here shortly and all the flowers are gonna be sold. I've got 2 more greenhouses full of vegetable plants that need to be watered, but I just got a call that it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna head up and eat. This morning, Dad went to the New Holland dealership to pick up a belt for the fan. We had a problem where it tore off while they were working the other day, and we needed a new one.
Just a bit too small, but it'll go like this or something.
And they just got finished attaching it right after lunch. We all came over and got it put on. So in greenhouse number 5, we've got a lot of plants that are ready for the customers. Now, right down through this row, we have cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and a few other things. So we have all those plants in the greenhouse, and then we also have all of these. Now, if you can't tell, some of these plants are really, really big, and it's getting a little difficult to take care of them in these flats. Because it was so cold early on, we didn't have many people picking up cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and things like that. This was our first planting of sale cold crops, and our second planting is at the size where the customers like to buy them. So now here's the question, what are we gonna do with all these plants that nobody's gonna buy? Oh, just you wait and see. And before someone says it in the comments, no, we are not feeding these to the cows, no matter how much the cows might want it. the farm that Tyler works at has nearly 700 acres of beans, and they haven't gotten started yet. So they just came, they got their first 2 loads of beans, so now they can go home and get started. Before we can get the cole crops planted, the ground has already been worked up, but we want to add some fertilizer. This is 18-18-18 that we're going to be applying to the soil. I just got everything spread. Joel is working everything into the ground. We're almost good to go. We've got everything set up back at the field. We're ready to plant. Dad just took the planter and now we're heading back. Do you see how busy the farm market is? Woo-wee. Now this may look like a lot of plants, but a lot of them are in these packs, these 48 trays, and we're not planting the Brussels sprouts, and we're only planting some of the kohlrabi, so not everything on this wagon is going to be planted. Now this is where it starts to get difficult, because we're going to be planting with these packs, and it is hard to plant with packs. This is why it gets difficult using these packs. These packs just get everywhere. You have them all over your little area that you work, and then it becomes difficult when you have to move them and make room, and you have to keep planting. Oh, it's stressful. We have all the cabbage on the machine. Now we're loading cauliflower on too. I remember when we planted this stuff over here, I had mentioned the only concern we really had was deer, and we definitely have some deer damage at this end of the field. Even though we did have some deer damage, everything does seem to be growing really nice out here. And the stuff that we just are planting now, it's been in the greenhouse a little longer, so it's a little bigger than the stuff we planted before, but everything looks great.
We're on the last row.
Sometimes when you get in the zone, you can plant one-handed, but that's really rare, because usually Dad sees you planting one-handed and then he speeds up. We are finishing up with planting for the day. We just have a little bit of kohlrabi that needs to be planted. Nothing too serious. We just want a little more out in the field. You guys would be surprised. A lot of you actually have never heard of kohlrabi, but it is one of our big sellers in the farm market. We thought about it a little bit, and we're not gonna plant the rest of this stuff. We're gonna give our customers an opportunity to pick it up. If some people wanna get some plants that are a little more advanced than the smaller ones. So we've got some Brussels sprouts on here, some kohlrabi, broccoli, and I think there's even some cauliflower. Rather than just taking it all for ourselves and planting it, our second planting of cole crops is coming along just fine in the greenhouse, so we're gonna hold off. It is a beautiful day to be a vegetable farmer in Pennsylvania.
You know what these plants and I have in common? We're both very thirsty.
He's coming, he's coming. We just got everybody fed for tonight. It surprised me, the cows have been out in pasture all day and they started hearing buckets, so they ran home. If anyone was wondering whether or not Lefty's wife would work at the farm market, and here she is, Megan has actually been working here for a long time, because that's Lauren's sister. And it's getting a lot more obvious that there's a little vegetable farmer in here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, Grammy, what are we having for dinner tonight?
We're having breakfast for dinner. French toast, hash browns, and bacon.
Where's my pants? Daniel, where's my pants? I need my pants.
They're on the chair where I left them because I washed them.
I found them on a chair. I just did that for theatrical spectacles.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, this is where we're gonna end the video today, guys. I wanna thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.